Welcome to the Exit 58 podcast, a show about pop culture, tech, politics, and anything else they can come up with.
Oh, yeah.
Hear that noise? Hear that? Listen to that. That's it's Moscato. Yeah. Digging deep. Yeah. Listen to that.
What is that noise?
Episode 28 of the Exit 58 podcast. Derek, Kaz, and Rob.
Welcome back to school, everybody. You're welcomed back with the sound of Moscato, I guess.
You're totally using that wrong, Derek. Derek is using this thing that looks like a woman's tool, solo pleasure tool, and he's drilling down on top of his cork in his wine bottle, and he's done it about like 8 or 9 times, and the cork hasn't come out.
Until now.
Oh,
yes.
Shut me right up.
Yes.
And now tell the folks what you're drinking. Let's give a shout out, maybe a possible commercial link up somewhere along the line.
I am drinking Barefoot Moscato, deliciously sweet. I enjoy the sweet wines. This is a white wine. You know who also likes white wine?
I go ahead. I don't want to say it.
You're going to open up that can of worms.
Is it Liberace?
I'm going to throw you a curveball. How about Bobby Jones? Bobby Jones is a wine drinker.
Which Bobby Jones?
My dad.
Oh.
Wow.
Listen to that.
Glug, glug.
That sounds beautiful over here.
Deep old pour right there.
So you're saying Papa Bear got you into the wine?
No, he didn't get me into this particular wine, but he...
Who got you into this one?
You know, when you experience life, stuff happens.
Did this life and this meeting of a person happen within the past year?
Maybe. There's some delicious
we're
Hanover's pretzel pieces.
Shout-outs to
hot buffalo wings.
Let's give proper shout-out to Snyder's of Hanover. Hello, Snyder's.
This is just one big Super Bowl commercial.
And we also have Wise honey barbecue chips. So Snyder's,
yes.
Wise, and Barefoot.
Moscato.
Yeah, this is a delicious start to the Exit 58
What are you
podcast.
noshing on over there, Robert? Anything?
No, I actually don't. I had a large lunch, so I just I'm kind of not hungry right now.
You're wetting your whistle with something?
I am actually, yes.
Should we say hello to our friends at Miller Brewing?
We should actually say hi to our friends at Miller Brewing. You know me too well. Am I like an open book or what?
I mean, what else would you be drinking? You made me take home the spare Pabst Blue Ribbon that was swimming around in your cooler, which I did drink the next day, by the way. It was delicious.
Well, guess what? There was one still hiding in there because it's in my fridge right now. So you might be getting that back very soon.
Here I thought I did so much drinking at the tailgate. I guess I didn't. Or I don't know what I was drinking.
You left one there, but yeah. So the Exit 58 podcast is well-oiled machine right now as we record this episode 28.
Yes.
Back to school. This is our back to school episode.
It is, and this is one of the episodes that I thought we had a great time with last year, and we got a chance to kind of talk about our college memories and kind of dive into the current day situation and circumstances in college. It's a far different universe from the one the three of us were in a long time ago.
Now, Roberto and Derek Lamont here were both commuters because they lived in the South Jersey region. I, however, lived on the campus, on the beautiful campus of the Rowan University for all 4 years. All 4 years. I lived in the dormitory first couple years. I lived in good old Triad my junior year, and then it was on to the palatial estate known as I don't remember the name of it, but it had air conditioning.
Triad?
Edgewood?
Edgewood Park Apartments, yes.
Oh, yes.
Which was wonderful because they had real carpet and they had air conditioning.
Now, but is Triad still there?
Oh, it is. I don't know if is it still used for housing. I don't know. It was really like penitentiary life. You were living in an apartment which was a step above a dorm, but for anyone who's familiar with the campus, Triad is the furthest on-campus apartment from pretty much the hub of campus, the student center, and so forth. It's right across the railroad tracks from Beau Rivage. Is it still called Beau Rivage, the apartments?
Yes.
Yes.
Beau Rivage and Campus Crossings.
Yes. So that that was no great shakes, but hey, it was what it was. And then senior year was great living in Edgewood Park. But yeah, so my experience in college, the reason why I'm telling you about my living history was that my college experience might have been a little bit different from you guys because I was living on campus 24/7 while you guys, even though you guys basically lived at the radio station when you weren't in class, but that much we did have in common. We basically lived at the radio station.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was kind of our bonding point. But, it's funny. I was talking to one of the people I work with earlier this week because there's been a big hullabaloo on campus about parking and how parking is, parking right now, it's the worst thing ever at Rowan and all this.
Even with the garage.
Yeah, even with the garage, they've kind of done some things to limit the parking in the garage and things of that nature. So that's been one of the problems. They cut off a level of the parking garage that's behind the station and made it for event parking. So students have complained and, going back and forth. And I eventually said at one point to the person I was talking to, I said, look, these students, not to sound like an old, Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino, get off my lawn thing, but these students have it so nice.
But this is all they know, though. This is they weren't going to Rowan in 2001, so they don't know what it was like. Now, talking about the way things are now is WGLS? Is there anywhere in Bozarth Hall that is classified as a safe space, an area where you can get away from microaggressions and things like that?
Now there is a lobby with televisions. It's pretty much the same space that was there.
Is it safe though?
I don't think it's safe.
Oh,
because you get a lot of the milling around by the students who are studying and who are in other classes and kind of trying to, some guys are creeping on the girls. Some girls are on the phones doing whatever. Some guys are on the phone doing whatever.
Yo, what's up? Hey, hey.
Yeah, you see that. You see that. Sometimes they're out.
Hey, Amy. Hey, Amy. Amy, hey, come here. Take a picture with me. Hey.
So in other words, things haven't changed, honestly. There is really no safe space.
Really hasn't, despite our advancement of time and technology. Things are pretty much the same in that regard.
But where are these safe spaces? I know Rowan has to have a safe space. Or safe spaces.
Do they though? Do they have to have a safe space?
They have to. Otherwise, the ACLU would be parachuting in here.
Probably Derek's office. Derek? Is your office safe?
No way. I've been in his office. That's not safe in there.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Continue.
No, I would say that it would have to be considered the student center. That's the.
No, I'm not asking you what your opinion. Is there an actual? I don't know. I don't.
Deemed a place. That's
is there
deemed
did the college cave into outside pressures to actually classify an area?
Oh, absolutely not.
There's no safe space.
No classified.
There's one room in the student center where the students can congregate and feel safe.
Well, there's the pit, right? There's a coffee shop there. They kind of classed it up from when we were there.
I wouldn't call that a safe space, though. That's
okay.
There's a lot of microaggression down there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What is that term? I've never heard that. Microaggression?
It was made up by some BS college professor. I mean, come on.
Okay. I was like, I don't know that was a real thing.
So when you get triggered, you can go there and calm down a little bit. Have your feelings validated and choose a gender and all that kind of stuff.
It's important. It's important to have that validated.
Every time I'm in Derek's office, I feel like changing my gender, though. So maybe it's not such a safe space.
What are you talking about? Oh, my God. You feel like changing your gender.
That's too good. But yeah, so that's why. So in long form, the Exit 58 podcast was kind of born out of our time together on the campus of Rowan, you back in the day here in good old Glassboro, New Jersey, which we love so much.
Lots of memories, lots of good times, lots of laughs. I'll tell you one thing, my most painful memory, and this is how terribly out of shape and fat and probably close to death and diabetes I was during high school, is I actually developed shin splints walking from my apartment to Bozarth.
Oh
my God, there were some days where I almost felt like I'd get halfway across the common area, the common lawn area in front of Bozarth there, like right by the parking lot. I'd be halfway across that. And my shins hurt so bad I thought about sitting down for a couple minutes. I said, I think that I have to be like in a wheelchair then if I ever committed to doing it. It was terrible. It hurt. But then again, I ate all you can eat like chicken fingers and cheesesteak and chicken patties at lunch every day with 58 ounces of soda every day. So it's a miracle that I didn't die,
Yeah, that was true because I remember going for late night Sparrow pizza You know what I mean? In the cafeteria there.
Is Sparrow still in there?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
no,
see, that's a
been
memory.
long gone. Actually, probably should be back considering they have like a no-name vendor in there now. So it's kind of different. I'll tell you, one of the things, I don't miss a lot of stuff about college.
You don't?
No, because I've never been one of those people who just say,
Wait, college was not the best 4 years of your life?
Jones, you know what, Derek?
Best 5 years of your life?
I would say, okay, if you put a gun in my head and said best,
I don't want to do that. I'm just asking you. Was it not the best 4 or 5 years of your life?
I would, yes and no. I would say that there are elements of it that I absolutely...
What didn't you like? Besides Rob and I, what didn't you like?
Yeah.
Like, it's not true. Although Rob paints a far different picture.
Bruce. It was Bruce, wasn't
he didn't like me when he first met me, and it's still true to this day.
Oh, horse manure.
He didn't like. Really? You guys didn't hit it off? You guys are like bosom buddies now.
That is not true.
No. So Kaz, here we go. I was doing the show in the afternoons at that point, 11 o'clock. Here comes this. As I'm doing my show, here comes this, taller fella in the studio to drop off the sportsman at that day. Comes in in the studio door at that time, coming from production. No, like hi, goodbye, kiss my, anything, and he just kind of drops it off and then walks right out. Nothing. I was trying to be friendly. I was trying to be cordial. I'm a friendly guy. I'm a cordial guy.
You were one of the most friendly, cordial guys I know.
Thank you.
I apologize. I was a very nervous guy. That's actually the point I was going to make.
Oh, go ahead.
When I'm 18, 19 years old, I'm still like, oh my God, I'm like afraid to talk to people. Like that was always in my head, even at the radio station, because I knew I wanted to be there and I knew I wanted to get involved in stuff. But I was like borderline afraid to talk to people.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
And this may not be true, but I think if you had not been a commuter and you had lived on campus, that would have evaporated after a month.
I
was
petrified
when I got dropped off at college.
Yeah.
I watched as my parents' car disappeared into the horizon.
Oh my God!
And I was like, I am alone with this weird guy that I'm have to share a room with for the next 8 months here.
Yeah.
What the heck am I going to do?
No, I'm not familiar with that. So what do they do? You obviously had you met before? Like, do they assign it, or do they? How's that whole work?
You find out, I would say, maybe during June. June of that summer, you get the information on who your roommate's going to be and contact information and stuff like that. Should you choose to, link up with them and, hey, are you going to bring the fridge? I'll bring the microwave. I'll bring this. You bring that.
And link up back then was like what? A letter, postage stamp with like Pony Express? How to...
Yeah, the touch tone phone, man. You had to get the phone out and actually call somebody. So I called this guy and. He sounded just like a regular. And listen, I think I'm kind of hyperbolizing a little bit. It was not the terror that I thought it was going to be, but he just sounded kind of like hey man, bro, it's going to be cool. We're going to chill. It's college, it's great. And here I'm like, freaking out. But and I met the guy, and he had this whole vibe of, man, finally, I'm in college. I ain't never going home. I've been waiting for this. I'm in party every night, all this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, he went home like every other weekend, and I was getting complaints from my mom and dad. Are you still alive? Are you ever going to call us? And I was, like I said, I was like almost in tears when my family pulled away after dropping me off on that first day. But, you got used to it. And it also helped that I had one of my best friends from high school lived like a floor above me in Mimosa Hall on campus there. So that helped ease the transition a little bit too. But I got to say, Jones, I'd probably be in the same boat as you if I had to commute each day. It would almost be like high school all over again, which was not the best 4 years of my life. Quite the opposite.
Right.
So I can see what you're saying.
And I was
what did Derek like?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, what did you like?
Yeah, because you said you were fearful of speaking, but so what did you like about the Rowan University experience?
I think so. I would say I wouldn't say it was the best 4 years of my life. I would say the last 2.5 years were the best 2.5 years of my life. Mm-hmm. I can't say enough about that time period because I got there a semester. Well, I got there during the summer, so like you. Mm-hmm. I had that experience of seeing my parents drive away because I lived on campus during the summer for about 6 to 7 weeks, and that was horrifying.
Yeah,
because I couldn't really talk to my parents or any of that stuff just because of the rules of the program. So I was just like,
What were the what? What was the rule of the program?
So you couldn't really. So you really couldn't
What
have.
program are we talking about here?
The UF MAP program.
Were you doing time?
The heck is that?
Did anybody give me a cheese sandwiches for lunch?
No, so they didn't really want you to. They didn't really want you to use cell phones or anything like that. Now, granted, this is 1990.
Yeah, you didn't have do you have a cell phone then?
No, that was the thing.
Bag phone.
Yeah, let me clarify that. In '97, I did not have a cell phone. Obviously, moving forward, I did. But so being able to call your parents and stuff, that really wasn't something that was.
And what program was this? What did you call it?
EOF MAP.
What the heck is that?
It's
Rob, do you know that?
I know the program. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I do know that Dirk was in it.
It's a minority achievement program.
Oh.
So it was a lot of minorities.
So the minority scared you, is what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
There were Caucasians there as a part of it because there was another component to the program.
Caucasians. Why were they there?
That was the EOF part.
Were they really woke? They were the woke Caucasians. Is that why they were there?
I would not use the word woke with them.
You would not.
Yes.
So you did not like these particular Caucasians.
No. I
don't like. Listen, I don't like most Caucasians either.
Let me clarify. I liked 98% of the people in that program. Okay.
Of all colors.
Yes, of all colors.
Were there Hispanic people there?
Yes.
Were there Asians there?
There were. I think so. Yes.
Like Chinese Asians or like Indian Asians or Filipinos?
I believe Chinese Asians. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it even a thing? PC thing?
What do you mean?
Indian Asians? What do you?
Yeah, people who live in India are from Asia.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So how about you, Rob? So we're breaking Derek's you all bays over the Caucasians here. But what about you? How would you characterize your 4 years? Best, worst, in between somewhere?
Best. It was absolutely the best 5 years because I went back for the master's degree. It was 4 years. Best 4 years ever. That I gotta say, man, because it was like the first 2 years, you're finding your way through the campus, and coming from the high school side, I liked high school. It was just senior year though. It wasn't a big thing. So when I finally got on campus, spent some time there, and then got more involved in the radio station, that was like the killer time because it was like from sun up to sundown, radio station, place to go, place to hang out in between classes. And really just kind of like got to soak in what everything kind of Rowan had. And then after 4 years, I was getting ready, so I was an RTF major and I was sending out, I was doing, so in the radio world, you're sending out your tapes to different spots. And I was sending out to this small radio station in this part of, state and yada, yada. And, so each week a tape was going out in the mail. And it wasn't until my good buddies there at the station said, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking for a job. And they're like, well, why don't you stay back and just party with us again? We're going to go for a master's degree. Who that person now, I believe now you work for, Cass.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
The great influence.
I said, you know what? That's a great idea. So let's just stay back and do that. And then so we stayed back, got our master's degree. But
good old Charlie Church telling you to stay back and party. Right?
Exactly. And it was just a really cool experience. Rowan for me was a really awesome time, and it's so cool to see the university as it currently is. I mean, they've knocked down a couple. Well, they haven't knocked it down. Like the Franklin House is gone. That was some good times I had. But it's so cool to see how the university is like super expanding. It's all of Glassboro now. And it's just really cool to be a part of it.
Do the locals like what Rowan has become? I know that when I was there, when we were there, the locals didn't exactly like Rowan either. So I'm wondering if it's like now that it's sprawling it's sprawling upward now, not just outward but upward.
Well, we produced a documentary a few years ago on that very topic.
How Rowan is smothering the Aborigines.
Sponsored by the EOF MAP program.
By the Caucasoids and the Orientals on the outreach program.
So the documentary kind of it focused on Rowan's growth, and that was one of the things that came up, whether the residents liked it or not, and the response was mixed. At best. So,
living near a college, what do you expect?
Yeah, but here's how I see it going is because the fact that I think the people you talk to, I'm not discounting what they said, but the way I feel it is that with the school growing, people are more immersed in it now. And that if you ask these people that have kind of experienced it and kind of are growing up with that experience, they would have a different slant than the people that knew it when it was just Glassboro State, had small, registration, and we're seeing it grow from no real issues to any kind of issues with expansion and stuff like that. So I think it's just a different perspective.
At the end of the day, if you were here in 1986 or 1997 or 2000, to be here in the area at that point and now see what it's become, I think for some people it's got to be a little, it's a little jarring.
Now, while Rowan, the university, and the complex of Rowan is growing, we are also growing. Are we not? In the social media circles, we are expanding.
Yes,
growing,
we are
consolidating our power.
Talk about that, Derek.
Well, Kaz, you're right. I mean, we are slowly but surely seeing growth on the Instagram front. Mm-hmm. We are seeing growth with the students. We are seeing growth with also, dare I say, some of the student athletes.
Dare you say it? You said it.
You already did. You dared.
On the campus. We football players, soccer players.
See, we're bringing people together, man.
It's starting to bubble and fester.
Fester?
Yes.
We're going to get an operation for that. Kaz has one coming up, but he's got something else.
It sounds like the podcast. The university needs its colon cleaned, apparently.
Yeah. We are. We've expanded. Our Instagram account is blowing up with some new Rowan follows. Very cool. Especially this past weekend with all the freshmen coming on campus. It was move-in week. Hope you stick with us for the ride. Where we think we're a good time. So you can go back and check out our catalog here. Oh yeah, we're on SoundCloud. We're all of the spots.
So like people may also be wondering, people who have listened to us, for the long term, or maybe just picked up on us, a few episodes ago, talking about the coffee house that we were supposed to be doing a show. That's still in the works.
Yes.
Schedules just haven't worked out the past latter half of August, but that is still on our to-do list. So we haven't forgotten. What was it? What's the name of the joint we're going to, Jones?
In-grain coffee.
And we love coffee.
One of the reasons why we couldn't do that show was because the gentleman that is in Studio B was in Las Vegas.
That's right.
I
was following you. All your it was 11 a.m. our time, and you're already posting pictures at some workshop or some conference, and I'm like, whoa, big cat up early and at 'em.
Oh, how about this? So they started sessions out there. So it was an investing conference. They started sessions out there the one day at 6 a.m. So for whatever reason, I could not sleep out there, right? Could not sleep. I'm not a Vegas guy to begin with, and it was 130 degrees outside. And so I wasn't leaving the hotel. MGM, gorgeous spot.
The sad thing is that's not really much of an exaggeration.
Oh, yeah, no. It was the one day it topped out at 113.
Ugh.
Did you make some new friends, more importantly, while you were out there?
Yes, I did. I made some new friends network, but yeah. So I wasn't leaving the one day I had to pop up. I popped out of the bed, no problem, 4:30 in the morning. So I figured I got some space in this room. Let me work out. I got a YouTube video going, worked out, went to the conference workshop. All good times out there. But yeah, so Vegas isn't my speed. I know Derek likes it a lot. You love that freaking Vegas. It's not for me, but
Sin City,
one of my cities, brother.
Now you say New Orleans, and that's my city, and I'm trying to hopefully work that out coming up, but I don't know that's going to happen.
London town is your city.
Oh, London town, and Sam Moyer, one of our listeners, is out there now. What the heck, man?
Oh, that's right. I was at Subway in Glassboro actually a couple days ago, and this guy with an English accent was right next to me in line, and I was
turning you on. The accent does sound that to you, Cass. Once you hear it over there, it's great.
I was talking to him about London. He's like, where did you go? Where did you go, mate?
Did you go to Harrods?
Yeah, did you go to Harrods? I really recommend
Sir,
Harrods.
Can you sing Jumpin' Jack Flash, please, please?
Oh, my goodness.
But one of the other reasons we couldn't do the coffee show is not only my schedule, but Kaz, your schedule, because you had some
my bowels are all effed up. At first I thought I had a hernia, so I went to the doctor, and And she said, have you considered that maybe you have a hernia? Because I was having some pains in the old abdomen, and who knows what's going on there. And I said, no, I guess so. I don't know how I would have gotten one. I don't really do any heavy lifting or anything like that. So anyway, long story short, I had to go for that CAT scan. And, of course, nothing shows up in there. So it's like, I guess there's nothing wrong with me, but I still feel like, garbage. So I had to go to see another specialist. And, after asking me 50 million questions, she's like, well, you're not too far off from that age where guys start thinking about getting the colonoscopy and I said, I guess so. And I do have a little bit of family history there too, where I got to kind of be cognizant of that and kind of stay proactive. So I had, believe it or not, I scheduled a test that I was hoping that I would not have to touch until I was like 45, 50 years old. Is happening later this month. So pray for me.
So you're getting a colonoscopy.
I'm getting that's right. I buried the lead. I'm getting a colonoscopy, which I have been assured by various folks who have gone through this that it's not a big deal. They put you out, you wake up, you're feeling refreshed, and the whole 9 yards. Oh. And they said the day before, just make sure you have plenty of like wipes and a good book because you're going to be spending a lot of time in there cleansing yourself and all that. And I'm kind of looking forward. I'm looking forward to that part. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that.
That's your safe space for a little bit.
That is my safe space. Yeah, that's where I escape all the micro machines and microaggressions and whatever else is going on. But I'll tell you what, I do have like the nightmare where like they're doing the colonoscopy and I wake up out of the anesthesia and like the scope is like insane. I don't want
Now can we post some of those pictures on our Instagram account?
I listen off the air. I invited you guys. You should come out to the facility where I'm having this, and you can have we have like a little tailgate party.
Oh my God,
Derek, can we do that? Can you fix the media so that we can make this happen and broadcast live, like right next to Kaz's colon as he's getting it like scoped?
We have the technology to do that.
Let's do that.
Isn't that amazing?
It's like you can do like Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah,
Periscope. Dr. Jules Verne. Yes.
Now I have to ask, Kaz. So the hernia test, you were saying they do a CAT scan now?
Yeah, so they make you drink the barium stuff, 4 hours in advance. So like I'm up at 5:30 in the morning chugging some orange flavored barium solution, and they put you in like little CAT scan halo thing, and they take imaging of whatever area you're getting is your trouble area, and that's it. It took like 5 minutes, but it didn't show anything up. So I either I'm crazy or there's something wrong with me that has not been diagnosed yet.
So now I have to ask something. So either I have to report something, but hernia was checked differently for me back in the day than it was.
Oh, you mean like they're like grab you and
yeah. I'm like, do I need to report something, or is that still an option? I just want to know,
Rob, show us on this
lifetime.
Yeah, show us on this teddy bear where you were touched. I went in for a dental exam and he was checking my gonads. What's with that?
Your teeth are perfect, but guess what? You have a hernia. Wait, hey, dentist.
But listen, absolutely, I think if let's have some fun with it.
All right, so Derek, let's make that happen. Let's make sure that we time our schedule so that the episode 40, whenever this is going down, or episode 35, we can broadcast live.
Having it done on the 20th of this month.
Oh, all right, so episode 29 is going to be...
Yeah, the next episode, yeah.
Wow. That'd be great, and I'm closer. So is it in Delaware?
It is, yeah, right over the bridge, not too far. About a 40-minute trip from good old G-Borough.
Easy enough. All right, we'll make that happen, Derek.
Believe it or not, this is the back-to-school episode.
I know.
We're talking about my colon.
We're talking about the old guys getting colonoscopies.
Yeah, so you...
I remember when I was at
Well,
I was so fat I got shin splints. Now I'm having a colonoscopy.
Welcome back to Rowan. All freshmen are invited. Oh gosh. All right. So Derek,
save us. SOS.
All right. Well, it's a great segue to...
It is? I want to see.
What are we segueing into exactly?
I'm going to drive out of this one.
It's a great segment to, you're getting a colonoscopy, you're going places that you're not familiar with.
So is the scope. I'm going places where I'm not familiar with it.
That's where we're going too.
I beg your pardon?
Because it's time for new territories.
Now, you're not just teasing us. There actually are new territories this time?
Yes.
I hope so, because the last show you said you knew them, then you didn't know them, and then you said we didn't have any.
And Rob, I'm going to make your day with one of them.
Oh, I know exactly where it's coming from, baby.
Yes, because there is a new territory. Now, first of all, let me just say, let me give a quick shout out to some of the other states that are checking in, who have already checked in but are checking in at different points. How about South Portland, Maine?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
South Portland, Maine. We love you. Thank you very much for the support. It's been great. Also, Clarksboro, New Jersey.
Where is Clarksboro?
I think that's out near the Monmouth County shore. Let me check that out. I'm going to look at that right now while Jones is continuing on here.
Elsewhere, as per usual, we are dominating the D.C., Virginia area. We're in the Chesapeake, Virginia.
I couldn't be more wrong, by the way, about Clarksboro.
Where is it? Like Cape May County?
Well, not really. It looks to be in, it's just a little bit north and it's by Mickleton and Greenwich Township and just south of West Deptford.
I don't know where any of that is.
You don't know where West Deptford is?
West Deptford, I know where that is. Yeah, I don't know where Mickleton is, though.
It's like north of Mullica Hill. Like it looks like it's about like a 10-minute drive north of Mullica Hill. How about that?
Okay,
Does that work
so
for you?
welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
There we go. Right in our backyard here.
Also, shout out to the people in Iron Ridge, Wisconsin. I don't know where the hell that is, but Iron Ridge, Wisconsin.
Go Badgers.
Yes. Hello. Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Ooh.
Yes. Elsewhere, Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm guessing someone at Harvard just needed something to do and got it going and checked us out.
They weren't looking for a safe space. I know that.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
On the board, too. Ashland, Massachusetts.
Lots of New England hits, huh?
Yeah, we're big at
They
that.
must know that Jones is a Patriots fan.
I think they know what time it is.
Maybe it's Tom.
Tom.
Well, after last... Never mind. We're not talking
Okay,
about it.
stop it.
We're not talking about it.
Stop it.
Okay, on to
Andy Reid.
the newest edition.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Where's the drum roll? Is the drummer here? Did we hire a drummer for this one? There he is.
How about Williston, North Dakota?
Beautiful. North
Yes.
Dakota.
The drought is over.
Yes.
The drought is over.
No, but the drought is. We had North Dakota.
No, we did
Yeah.
not. We did not have
I thought
the
we didn't
Dakotas.
have South Dakota. Or
We
did
didn't have South
We
Dakota.
definitely don't have South Dakota.
Oh, so we didn't have. I thought we had at least one Dakota.
We had one Dakota.
Wait,
We did?
All right, get the heat map up.
Yeah, I'm
Come
looking
on.
at the heat map right now.
Oh. Well,
This is disappointing.
but another Dakota hit is good.
Yeah, I'll take. All right, we'll do 2 Dakotas. 1 Dakota, 3 Dakota, 4 Dakota. Your Dakota. That's fine though. I'll take. We need to spread to South Dakota. Damn it.
We've got to get to South Dakota. I apologize. I did not realize we were in North Dakota. My apologies.
It's okay. It's all right. It's what happens. This is live, so it's happening. It's live. It's a live broadcast.
Internationally,
Okay.
we go back to the good folks of Brazil. São Paulo, Brazil.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo.
Sao
excuse me.
Paulo.
See, that's why we have you here. I don't know this.
Yeah.
Well, I went. One of the guys I lived on the floor with freshman year was from Sao Paulo.
All right.
Arthur. His name was Arthur.
Is it? Maybe it's him. Maybe Arthur's checking in.
He's back in the mega city of Sao Paulo.
Very nice.
There you go.
That is impressive.
Dude. Yeah.
See, there's a Rowan connection there.
That's right. Yes.
Elsewhere in Germany, I don't know how to say this. I'll just plead complete ignorance. It's something. It's like Grobenaspi, Germany.
Groping ass Germany?
I mean, that's what it looks like. It's a weird
groping ass Germany. I like that.
Look at this B right here.
Oh,
Is the
oh
B
my-
silent? Maybe the B is silent.
It's like some strange widget of some sort.
Yeah, it's like a Prince symbol or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I
I don't know what that is.
It's not a Schwab. I know that.
It's How about Dockslands, Australia?
Ooh. Have we been in Australia?
We've been in
We
Australia,
have
yes.
been. Okay.
We're back again in Europan, Mexico.
Oh, que bueno.
Yes. In Canada, Brampton, Canada, and also, of course,
Nice.
Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
Lelystad, Netherlands. And rounding out the recap, how about Brussels, Belgium?
How about it?
How about Brussels, Belgium? Of course, they should be listening to us. Can I plead? I want to make a personal plea to the people of North Dakota if you're listening right now. you got to have one damn relative that lives just across the dang border. Will you just have them flip it on for what, Jones? What is the hit rate? We need it on for 30 seconds. Just turn it on. Yeah, just give us something, and then you can turn us off. But we're trying to fill up this damn heat map. It's been a year plus now.
Yeah, that's all we need.
We need Montana as well, right? Do we have Montana
We
yet?
need Montana, too.
How about Idaho? Is Idaho still missing?
We do. Actually, we are missing Idaho. We are missing Montana, Wyoming.
Too many red states we're missing. Come on, people. Get aboard here.
Yeah.
Don't let Derek scare you. We got him under control. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to our newest follower on Instagram, Full of Hot.
Full of Hot. Welcome, Full of Hot.
Wasn't that your instant messenger tag back in the day?
That was his instant message. His name.
How did you know?
Well, so this is the Exit 58 podcast for those people just checking this out for now. You can find us right on Instagram and stuff like that. So if we're trying to expand our base here and listen to us, we have some great relationships that we're now establishing at the school itself, right, Derek? And we are so we're gonna promote the crap out of Rowan as much as we can, but I'll give us a shout on the Instagram. Give us a look on the Twitter. We don't do Snapchat. I don't think we do that, do we?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, we don't do any of that, but we're out. So we're out there. So tell your friends in South Dakota, tell your friends in Montana, tell your friends in Wyoming to get on the horn. And in Glassboro, give us a listen and spread us to your friends that way as well.
Yes, we welcome all. Welcome one, welcome all. We are the Exit 58 podcast.
And one of the welcomes now, Derek, that we bring on board, and we announced it last episode. I think it's kind of cool.
Yes.
It's a new partnership that we have actually with Rowan University.
That is in fact true, sir. We are working with the Rowan University men's soccer team as we prepare to bring you a look inside prop soccer thanks to the head coach of Rowan University men's soccer, Scott Baker, in a segment we like to call Extra Time with Scott Baker.
Extra Time with Scott Baker.
Looking forward to this weekend. A couple of games for you in Camden. Talk to me about the competition this weekend in particular.
We played two great games, especially Christopher Newport. They'll be one of the top-ranked teams in the country. Our schedule is pretty much filled up with teams at that caliber, and we feel like we're there as well. So it should be a great weekend, two great teams, and we feel like we'll have a much better showing in Camden than, unfortunately, we did in Glassboro.
When you guys, after you win a game, you sing a song. Why don't you tell us about the song that the team sings after the game's over?
Yeah, we came up with a few songs last year, and that one caught. And we used to do a dance many years ago, and they called it Z-Prof. And it kind of went from there, and then the song caught, and the kids loved it, and then it just went from there, and now the fans love it. And yeah, after every win, that's what we'll do.
Are you getting in there to sing along with the team too?
I did in the beginning, and now it turns into more like a mosh pit, so I stay out on the outside. But we do love it.
For more of the Exit 58 podcast, head to SoundCloud.com and search Exit 58 Podcast.
Some pretty cool stuff there from Rowan University men's soccer head coach Scott Baker. The Profs bouncing back after that 1-1 weekend last weekend in the Gilmore Alumni Classic. They slayed Albright 7-0 on Wednesday. Have a couple games coming up this weekend. Always good to hear from Coach Baker.
And dude, I'm sorry. It's so cool that we have this partnership. I said it before. Like, I'm a soccer guy, so the fact that we're tied into the Rowan men's soccer team, very cool.
My favorite men's soccer team on campus by far.
Well, we go from men's soccer to our favorite segment. It is ICYMI. In case you missed it.
ICYMI, in case you missed it.
Exit 58 podcast. It is episode 28, our back to school episode. Good times. This is our favorite segment. We kind of go through some fun stories that are out there. And coming up after that, we got a really, really good time coming up as we dive into college Jeopardy. So hang with us as we go through ICYMI. So a cleaning crew removing and burning trash at a recently purchased home in Mississippi made a startling discovery: a body wrapped in a blue tarp. Authorities say the remains inside the empty house in Jackson were too decomposed to determine a gender. Reports indicate that police don't know, although that's not probably important these days, right?
Wait a minute. Maybe the corpse just didn't decide what gender it wanted to be yet. Why can't we need to give the corpse a chance to decide what gender it wants to be? Let's be fair here. Don't trigger the corpse.
Reports indicate that police don't know how long the remains were there and are investigating the case as a suspicious death, you think? Hinds County Coroner Sharon Grisham Stewart, 3 names, told police it appears the person had suffered possible trauma to the head. Police Commander Tyree Jones says that the previous homeowner has been located and will be asked for any information that can be provided. He says police will canvass the neighborhood and attempt to identify the remains.
If this wasn't in Mississippi, I'd be asking DJ over here what his involvement is.
Honestly, like
slumlord over here, multiple properties, body in a blue tarp.
So, Derek, you might run into this situation when you're living at your place and you're renting to the other people here. You might find decomposing bodies at Yellowtail Court there.
Yeah. No, I will not be finding anybody dead in a carpet. You ever see the movie Unfaithful with Diane Lane and Richard Gere?
Negative.
One of the key scenes. Rob's just not answering because
because I don't watch movies.
It's American cinema, so
yeah, that's all right.
In that movie, Richard Gere kills the guy who's sleeping with his wife, and his way of killing him and hiding him, he hits him with one of those snow globes, and then takes the body, puts him in a rug, wraps him up, dumps him in some trash compost in a nearby river area.
Sounds like you really took some notes here, Derek. Are you planning something that we don't know about?
That's a very vivid recounting of that scene.
I know. Because he's got it written on his refrigerator on the dry erase board.
It's in high def. My goodness.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It sounds like a real family classic.
Unfortunately, these things happen.
But you don't know when you rent an apartment or move into a home.
Right.
You don't know if there's been, cadavers discovered in there. You don't know if someone's been murdered. I mean, Are they supposed to? You're supposed to report that, right? That's supposed to be like part of the report that you get from like the realtor, right?
No, well, that's not what I got.
Wait, did somebody die in your house?
No one died here, but we'll discuss off the.
What do you mean?
Podcast.
What do you mean? Off the podcast?
He has not told us this?
Yeah.
See,
you got to poke around with Derek. You never know what you're going to find.
So
yeah, and this pisses the listeners off, by the way. Something fierce. They hate this when you tease this bullcrap and then don't disclose.
All right, I will disclose this, okay? And I will tread as lightly as I can because I don't have all the details of the story. So when I moved into this place, okay, It was done in a way where, I mean, the family that I was dealing with, they were great. And they were, really nice, very helpful.
And now they're really dead.
No. The individual who I was getting the house from.
There is a head in Derek's freezer. He told me it was just boar's head, but I don't think it's boar's
head. It's actually a real head. It's actually really a boar's head.
I never met the person who actually lived here.
Because?
I met their parents.
Okay.
So, which I thought was kind of weird, but whatever. So then I found out there was a reason why they had kind of lost their job over some sort of
drug habit.
No.
Sex ring. Trafficking.
No, it wasn't that.
Sex slavery.
Could this be one of the categories on our college Jeopardy board coming? Name the
There was some sort of inappropriate conduct.
Are we getting
S&M.
Why can't you say it? Are you going to get sued if you talk about this?
I will. Okay, I'll edit it out if it's wrong. Okay. there was an inappropriate student-teacher relationship.
What do you care? You didn't do it, did you?
No, but I found out about it after the fact.
There's something about that house.
Well, wait till we have the seance later this fall.
That's
wait
right.
Wait till we draw a pentagram on Derek's closet door. Who the hell knows what's going to come out?
I forgot we're doing a seance.
What do
at
you mean you
Derek's place.
forgot? That was like one of our favorite episodes talking about that. Come on.
I know, but Scranton happened in between.
So what do you care if you didn't do it? You're not the teacher in question.
No.
Why can't you talk about this? I don't understand. Why are you tiptoeing around? What are you afraid of?
I did not see this story taking this slant, but this is a lot better than this story.
You have to poke around with Derek. You suggest the fantastic because it might be true with him. You never know. Who knows what he's holding back?
But that's what happened.
Okay, I don't understand why that would be not fit for the podcast.
I don't know. I'm
just
uncomfortable
the interesting
sharing
stuff.
Information about
That's
my
the stuff
life.
that people want to hear. They want to hear about the inappropriate relationships that are happening in your house.
Right. That's it. That's why they tune in.
They don't actually care about what the freak we have to say.
Who cares if I was what we did in college?
Yeah, Kaz is getting a colonoscopy. Who gives a crap?
Yeah, who cares? You had a pervert teacher living here. A Pennsylvania couple says Jesus showed up in their daughter's sonogram picture, easing their concerns after 2 other children were born with birth defects. Alicia Zeke and Zach Smith say they're not especially religious, but they're convinced the image to the left of their daughter's head is the bearded Christ. Smith calls the image of Jesus, quote, unquote, distinct, and says, there's another face looking at my daughter.
How much crystal meth do you think these two are on? I mean, really? I know Jesus is everywhere, but...
Yeah, Jesus does not need to be in your sonogram, okay?
Yeah.
It does not need when my grandparents lived in the Tampa-St. Pete area, there was this high-rise in St. Petersburg that was all this kind of like bluish... like opaque glass, like on the outside. And when they first built the tower, like on one side of it was what kind of looked like the silhouette of the Virgin Mary. And people would flock from like all over the state and the region to come. I mean, they sold postcards with this image on, and there was like a whole like little like tourism industry built around this tower that had the image of the Virgin Mary on the side of it. And I guess the contractors who built this, they didn't like all the attention it was getting, and so they tried to actually like install new windows or power clean or power treat them or whatever, but the image kept coming back. And that was, you could probably Google that and find out about that, but that was, so I mean.
think I kind of remember that story though.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I've seen so many different sonogram pictures and people say, oh, look at this. It's like looking at clouds. It's basically what it is. You're looking at the inside of the woman's uterus with all sorts of liquid and fluid and the baby and all this.
Sounds amazing.
Right? Right?
It sounds wonderful.
It's a miracle. It is the miracle of life, Derek. I know you don't believe in that.
What do you mean?
And you and your leftist Antifa people don't believe in that kind of stuff.
That
is a human life in there.
Let's go back in time briefly to the last show. Let me just say
I don't remember the last show. Refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Must have been something you ate.
Yeah.
Or something I forgot to drink that's in your refrigerator right now.
There's chicken fingers at the bar in Scranton were tough. I felt a little poorly about the last show.
Why?
In reference to my comments about Chick-fil-A.
To do a recount.
Oh, man.
I'm not anti-Christian. I'm pro-business. And that's all this is about. I'm pro-business. I'm not anti-Christian. I love my Christian brothers and sisters. But I'm just saying,
Except apparently some of them that were in the EOF MAP program you didn't like.
Right, the Oriental ones he said he didn't
that is not true, sir. All I'm saying is, when you can make $2 million, why not try to make
Jones, why can't you have business go hand in hand with your faith? Chick-fil-A is not hurting anybody.
They're never circled back.
They're certainly not hurting themselves. Yeah, why did you circle back to this? You should let. I don't even remember this.
Got a woman giving birth coming up next.
Yeah. I didn't even remember this conversation until you brought it up, and now that you did, it's ridiculous.
Well, never mind. Forget.
No, you can't. Yeah. Don't.
You have Jesus on a sonogram. You should have left it at that.
Yeah, and don't edit this out either. Damn it! You leave this in. You leave this in as a reminder. You Christian basher.
While out shopping in the Guangdong city of Yun.
This, of course, is Derek's read. Of course.
Setup of Yunfu on Saturday, one pregnant woman's water suddenly broke. Video has gone viral on Chinese social media showing the woman, who fortunately was wearing a dress, giving birth right out on the street. Afterward, onlookers sprang into action to help the woman, providing her with a few chairs and a sheet of cardboard. Eventually, a medical
What's she going to do,
worker-
break dance? What does she need the cardboard for?
Some soft shoe.
What in the blue hell is
Hello,
it?
my baby. Hello, my honey.
Like Michigan J. Frog all of a sudden.
Or maybe that was for the baby to start doing it. Yeah, the baby's going to pop out like from Spaceballs.
Ally McBeal.
This slimy Chinese baby starts doing a mashed potato on a piece of cardboard.
Apparently, there weren't any birth complications. The woman is next seen walking down the sidewalk with a bag of groceries in one hand and the baby in the other.
That's resiliency.
So let me ask you guys.
That's disgusting.
What the hell would you do if you were walking in back of this lady and all of a sudden her water breaks all over the place on your shoes, basically?
I would run the other direction.
Well, all right. No, see, I don't
You'd
believe
be
it.
like running like Michael Bennett out of the casino.
Jeez, come on, man. You got to call 911. I mean, you can't. There's no other choice.
Do they have
there.
that in China?
Of course they have it.
Oh, I don't know. I've not been there.
I mean, I haven't either, but I mean,
okay.
I would
Okay.
presume
Good question, though.
there's
That's a
emergency services.
Communist nation, communist dictatorship.
They probably would tell you it didn't even happen.
Well, okay, to this point.
What sex is the baby?
To that point,
Kick girl, baby, and gutter.
why would you not seek medical treatment?
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Oh, she obviously was fine. This is. I'm assuming this was not her first birth.
Yeah.
The woman is next seen walking down the sidewalk with a bag of groceries in one hand and the baby in the other.
This could be a normal Saturday in Guangdong. We don't know.
It's like some communities have like turtle crossing signs.
Yeah.
This one has water breaking signs. Watch for falling water.
It's popping out in Guangdong.
And I see the producer included some pictures here, and it
Yes.
looks like a freaking mess.
It is. It's like a horror scene.
It does look like a horror scene. And the lady's
Blood
face is
everywhere.
tiled out, too. We see all of her, amniotic fluid all over the place, but God forbid we see what her face looks like, right?
But the thing is, so the picture of her walking away has her in this kimono style, not kimono style, but like a dress that's just got blood stains all over it, and she's walking around like she's just, out for a Saturday stroll.
That's what I mean. Like, where's the help here? I mean, come on.
Wouldn't somebody say, what's going on here?
She obviously doesn't need help.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's crazy.
They strong in Guangdong.
She is carrying a red grocery bag, and the baby is swaddled up in the other arm like it's no big deal. Like she's done this before. Maybe this is not the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe this is how they give birth in China. I don't know.
Extremely
Is
unfortunate.
it? Yeah, it is. That's why they're beating the crap out of us in every which way. China is beating us in every trade. They are killing us on the tariffs and the taxes, believe me. Giving birth on the sidewalk. They do birth much better than we do. We as a nation have gotten soft in the birthing process. China is killing us in childbirth. Believe me, I've seen it.
Is this a part of Trump's new health care plan, giving birth on streets?
A Pennsylvania school teacher vacationing in Mexico died when she fell off a rooftop balcony because she was laughing too hard. Sharon Rigoli Ciferno, a 50-year-old teacher at Charles A. Huston Middle School in western Pennsylvania, was with her daughter at a friend's house in Mexico when she reportedly sat on a deck ledge that doubled as a bench. Now, you'd think it's safe, right? Well, according to her brother, she started laughing very hard, and when she put her head back, she lost her balance. Imagine this, and fell backwards. She suffered multiple injuries to her body and brain. Alcohol was not a factor, he said. the building code standards in Mexico are not as stringent as in the U.S. The woman was taken to a hospital in San Diego and died of her injuries shortly thereafter.
That bench was a bad hombre. Believe me, Mexico furniture, really, really bad. I've seen really terrible Mexican benches that double as ledges. Very, very dangerous. We cannot have this. Believe me, there'll be more deaths. You do not want this.
So do we really think that there was nothing going on here with alcohol or like that? Do we really think, are we going to buy this story? Or we think this is just all kind of a little shoot there.
I think she was listening to our anniversary show. I think that's what
I
it
would
was.
be laughing at that.
I don't buy that the alcohol wasn't involved. I mean,
What do you mean? How this story was laid out, it sounds very likely that alcohol would not have to be involved for this to happen. If what they say is accurate and this bench did not have a back and it was actually a ledge, I could see that happening.
so maybe
Could
she
you
just
really?
like, ha 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 ha.
Well, wait a minute. So if she just was having her first glass of Moscato, is alcohol involved?
yeah.
But see, that's misleading, though. See, that's the typical New York Times reporting style right there. Is just to say alcohol was involved means that she was inebriated. That's what it infers to me. If I just cracked open with my vibrator thing, my bottle of wine, and was having my first glass of Moscato, and I tripped and fell, I would not say that's alcohol related.
You would say that's related
That's
to the
misleading.
circumstances.
Well, how about some other substances? I guess is what I'm also insinuating here.
I don't believe that.
Our Halloween episode. Is that what you're talking about?
A New York university has apologized after showing a slide during a student orientation session that appeared to suggest masturbation as a deterrent to sexual assault. The Rochester Institute of Technology slide
Didn't Rowan play them in football?
Oh my goodness!
did.
Or was that Rensselaer Polytech?
Yeah, that's a RPI 99. Yeah, 99 playoffs.
Okay.
126-14, I think. Nice. Okay. The Rochester.
He thinks. He's absolutely sure that's the case.
The Rochester Institute of Technology slide featured the Winnie the Pooh character Roo using the kangaroo character's name as an acronym about masturbation. A screenshot of the slide was shared via social media and included closed captioning at the bottom that read, "Self-gratification can prevent sexual assault." What's Roo short for, you might ask? How about rub one out?
Oh, I get it. ROO. Rub one out.
Yes.
Can we isolate that
Oh,
part?
I'm so glad you said that. Yes.
What do you?
Can we isolate that part of Derek's? We want to ask the production team. We would have that on the ready, like on a hot button.
Oh,
Rub one out.
Yeah.
It's like an order. Do it.
Can I have a Frosty and rub one out?
It's like a hashtag, right? Is that a hashtag trending on Twitter?
Oh,
It can be.
oh, disgraceful. Critics said the slide made light of rape and blasted the idea that masturbation could curb someone's urge to commit sexual assault. University officials said the screenshot was taken out of context and the discussion addressed options available should a potential sexual partner withdraw consent. Gentlemen, I mean, this is kind of weird. I don't...
Well, it's suggesting that your urge to commit,
He gave up on explaining it any further.
your urge to commit a felony is assuaged by yanking on yourself. I don't think that's how it works.
No.
That's not how
You got a
it works at
colonoscopy.
all.
It's like
yeah.
OJ wouldn't have killed his wife if he had just gone out to like TCBY. You know, like that's not how it works.
That's one doesn't have anything to do with the other.
Right.
Yeah, it's total nonsense.
People are now Googling what's TCBY.
All right, I won't commit rape this time. I'm fine with myself, but next time I can't make any guarantees.
I mean, what
Masturbation doesn't cure you from rape fantasies, I don't think.
we're too as a society, like we're too over analytical of stuff.
You think?
I mean, just because X happens doesn't mean that Y could have fixed it, and that's what this is saying here. And that to me is just dumb. I mean, come on.
And can we stop tarnishing the Winnie the Pooh characters already?
I agree.
Yes, that's right. One was banned in China, correct?
Yeah.
Well, right, with President Zhang or whatever his name is, and Obama, who's Tigger. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's unfortunate that
Rub one out.
Yeah.
Rue.
Rue.
Would you ever teach that to your son someday, Derek? Son, I want you to remember something very important.
Oh boy.
The three most important letters besides NFL, son, that you'll ever need. ROO. Rue, son.
No, I would
That'll
never
keep you on the straight and narrow, son. That'll keep you on
Son,
the straight and narrow.
when you're feeling rape tendencies, call an audible and a Rue.
feeling rape tendencies.
When you're feeling like a member of the Dallas Cowboys, just Rue. As anyone who has worked in retail, restaurants, or any other service industry knows, there are times when you really wish you could just tell off the customers. Well, one cashier at a Panera Bread in Georgia just found out that it's not such a great idea to follow through with that impulse, especially not in writing. A now former employee at the North Druid Hills Panera printed on the receipt for a salad, quote, "Add watermelon for this stupid bitch," end quote.
Oh.
The customer, identified as Carenza Harris, told local TV that she was already sitting down to eat when she noticed the insult. When Harris complained, she said the manager offered to remake her salad, as the salad itself were offensive. Harris later tagged Panera in a Facebook post and received a response from the company which read, "At Panera, we have zero tolerance policy for this kind of behavior, and the associate has been terminated as a result of this situation." Well, after the story aired on TV, the ex-employee spoke to a local news channel claiming that Harris had rattled her with degrading statements when making her order. Quote, she said, "Do you understand? Are you stupid?" At that point, I was like, okay, I'm not stupid. I'm not incompetent. I'm new, and I didn't know how to provide her the things she wanted, the way she wanted them. But there is no excuse to write that on a ticket, end quote. Have either one of you worked in retail, customer service, restaurant fields before?
No.
That is negative. Nope. No, never been.
You never had a retail job?
No.
Wow.
No, I only worked at a book publishing company, a title making service for
These
a
are like
car
those are
company,
the two most boring jobs I've ever heard in my life.
and yeah, they were. And US Vision.
You sound like
contact lenses.
You sound like someone who, during their freshman year of college, would run to the student center to print out a Peter King column, read it yourself, and then go back to your room by yourself.
Funny you should say that, guys.
Funny you should say that.
Just rewind this episode about 20 minutes.
Well, actually, he saved all those. He saved that nugget for off the podcast, so people have no idea what I'm talking about. But, Rob, where were some of your first jobs?
So I didn't really. I played music for a living growing up, so I kind of made my money sort of that way, and then that's when I finally got into the real world eventually. But so I had like another like desk job like anybody else would have, but not retail. It was more of two nonprofit organizations.
Well, I guess once again I'm the outlier here because I worked at an Eckerd, if you remember that chain back then,
yes.
an Eckerd pharmacy for 2-3 years, and working in the pharmacy department and living in a town that had maybe 5 or 6 major senior citizen communities. Oh man, let me tell you, God had no wrath like the elderly when you screw around with their prescriptions.
Oof.
Or they're not ready in time, or their insurance didn't pay the proper amount. Man, they were as evil could be. So I'm not saying what this lady did was right, but as Chris Rock would say, I understand where she's coming from.
But here's the thing, though. So haven't we seen this play out multiple times at different establishments where people write something on the receipts?
Yes. Or like a person, like if it's like the black guy or something like that.
Yeah,
we've definitely seen those things before.
Yeah. So haven't we learned our lesson that's not acceptable?
Did she not know that this receipt was going to end up going to the
Yeah.
to the lady
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
called a bitch? I mean,
Yeah.
that's not always how it works.
Makes zero sense. And I'm going to start reading my receipts. Who knows what they're saying? You know what I mean? Maybe we should post some of our Instagram receipts once, or some of our receipts on Instagram. After
The best one I ever got was during the Sam Bradford era.
Oh, jeez.
With the Eagles. Someone printed out at the diner that said, should have kept Nick Foles.
Why did it say that in the receipt?
Because I guess Sam Bradford had just started playing for the Eagles.
What does it have to do with you, though?
That's the receipt I got.
But why did it say that on everybody's receipt or just yours?
Just mine.
How do you know? Why did it say that?
I don't know.
Were you wearing a Bradford jersey?
No.
Or a Foles jersey?
Hell no.
Then why did you get that?
Was Sam Bradford part of the EOF map program?
Sam Bradford, was he your server?
No. I don't know why I got it. I assume if I got it, then everybody got it.
But you just said you were the only one who got it.
Well, in retrospect, maybe there were other people who got it.
Why did you share this with us?
I'm just saying because that's what gets printed out on my receipt. It's what got printed out on my receipt. It was an unusual thing. Like, bitch, get my watermelon or whatever. Whatever.
Isolate that. Production team, isolate that.
I'm not having a good show today.
You're having a perfect show so far.
You're setting yourself up great for future cuts.
That's great.
Finally, earlier this week, this is one of my favorite stories that I saw come across here. Earlier this week, Liam Smith, a grad student at Britain's University of Bristol, near Harrods, had a nice dinner with a woman he met on Tinder. Yeah, I know, it gets really good here. So according to an account on Smith's GoFundMe page, the night was still young, so he invited her over to his house to drink wine, Moscato wine, and watch a documentary about Scientology. At some point, the unidentified woman said, "Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom." When she returned, Smith said she had a panicked look in her eye. Smith said the woman told him, "Well, I'll do this in my best British accent. I went for a poo in your toilet, and it would not flush." How was that? Was that good?
Spot on, babe.
What in the hell?
He then claims the woman confessed to reaching in the toilet bowl, because it wouldn't flush, wrapping the dookie in tissue paper, and throwing it out the window. Wanting to be a gentleman, Smith suggested going outside together, bagging up the offending poo, throwing it away, and then pretending, hey, the whole sorry affair had never happened. Ah, yes.
This chick
yes.
must be insanely hot. Or this guy must be insanely ugly because there's something don't add up here.
Yeah, exactly. You're putting your hands on poo and you're like, it just didn't happen. Let's go outside. Or this guy's got nothing else going for him. So, unfortunately, Smith's bathroom window doesn't open to the garden, but into an 18-inch gap that is separated from the outside world by another non-opening double-glazed window. So according to Smith, the dude, when he went to get a hammer to smash the window, his date decided to climb in headfirst to retrieve the poop herself, which she was able to do successfully, but that's when she realized she was stuck upside down with the poo in her hand. At that point, he called for help and an emergency crew drove up within minutes. About 15 minutes later, the woman was free. To get her out, rescue workers had to break Smith's window. A replacement will cost $390. Her dignity? Priceless. No, just kidding. The same as a monthly budget, hence the GoFundMe page. So they raised the GoFundMe page because this chick threw her poop out the window. That's the long start of the story here.
Making money in 2017, man.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Wow.
But I mean, so imagine this, right? So you're at the romantic time with this, Tinder date, and you're serving your Moscato wine, and you're getting comfortable with each other on the couch, and she's like, "Oh, excuse, I'm just gonna go freshen up," and she does anything but freshen up. I mean, she's
Painting the bowl brown in there. Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl in there.
Tripping the light fantastic, as they say. Yes.
Yeah, she's tearing it up in there, and the next thing you know, she's using her hands to clean up the mess. And she comes down, probably wants to run her fingers through your hair. I mean, but there was a second date. I understood from this story that there actually is. They are continuing to see each other.
And they're adopting the poopy.
And Kaz, I agree with you. She has to be one heck of a good-looking girl, or he's got, like I said, nothing going for him.
Or they're just a couple of pigs, and this is exactly.
Oh.
But yeah, I saw the story, and when I saw it in the outline, it was too good.
Now, Derek, let me ask you.
Yes.
Had you been the gentleman in this case,
Yeah.
and your date, who you had the hots for, okay,
Yeah.
came out and told you that this happened,
I like where this is going. Thank you, Kaz.
you okay with that? I mean, your first reaction is not like, "Oh, honey, I'm gonna help you. Don't feel embarrassed. Let me scoop the duty up with you."
Can I reenact it with Derek real quick? So Derek, I'll be the female request. Excuse me, Derek. I turned her Spanish all of a sudden. She's English. She's so sorry. Hello, Derek. I went for a poo in your toilet and I could not flush it.
Okay. What would you like me to do about that?
Is that what you would say? That's insensitive.
Is that what you mean me?
We're role playing here.
I'm saying, well, yeah, you're in this situation. What would you do?
I would say, okay, well, let's see what we can do to fix the situation.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to look. If it's
Did
somebody,
you now?
Does that hinder the rest of the night?
Or does it open a door to you saying, listen, she's vulnerable right now. She probably feels terrible that she clogged up my toilet or that she did a poopy and that she can't get rid of it. I can probably score tonight.
no, see, no. See, that's where it wouldn't go.
No? Okay.
I can't. The second bathroom stuff gets played in, I think that's a tough thing to come back from that night if you're looking to have relations. I don't care how much you like somebody.
Yeah, okay, but this is a young lady who, let's not even say it's like a Tinder person who just random. Let's just say it's someone you've had your eye on for a while.
Right.
She finally breaks up with her boyfriend. You guys get together.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you're going to throw that away over a little stinky?
I mean, okay, if it's somebody I like
Everybody
enough.
poops, right?
Everybody poops.
If it's somebody I like enough, then
think of the hottest girl you could ever imagine. She does a duty in the toilet, probably once a day.
Okay, I understand.
Sometimes
that.
it's messy.
I understand that.
So, I mean, what difference does it make if it's in your toilet or her toilet at home, or it flushes or it doesn't flush? If she picks it up, if she doesn't pick it up, who cares?
Hey, Derek, I'm going to stop the match here, okay? I got a problem with it picking it up.
I don't think you understand what I'm asking, though. Tyra Banks is using your bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bonnie Bernstein is using your bathroom.
Okay.
This happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, Derek, reporting for CBS, this is Bonnie Bernstein. I just did a huge submarine-sized turd in your toilet. It's not flushing. I picked it up to try and get rid of it. Now I have an issue. You tossing her out of there after that? Never calling her again?
No.
No, you're not.
No, probably
Okay,
not.
that's all I
Probably
needed to
not.
know. You and old poopy fingers can tie the knot then.
You're listening to the Exit 58 podcast. This is episode 28. As you are here we broadcast live from Glassboro, New Jersey.
Does that mean we're going to break?
It means we're going to break, bro. So that was ICYMI.
What's happening next?
We're going to wrap it up, but we are stepping into something really good, and it's not that woman's poo. We are stepping into Off the Exit, and it's our favorite Off the Exit because it's our back-to-school College Jeopardy 2.0 game. You can play along with us. We promise it's not going to be that hard. It's your episode 28 back-to-school episode here on the Exit 58 podcast. Stick with us, College Jeopardy. Up next.
Rate, review, and subscribe to the Exit 58 podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Off the Exit.
Oh, you hear that music, that famous music. And this is 2.0, ladies and gentlemen, of College Jeopardy. You're listening to the Exit 58 podcast, episode 28. We are back to school. If you were with us from way back when we first started this little podcast thing, you remember we did College Jeopardy in early September last year. And at some point during the show, Derek talked about how Jeopardy used to be a game show and how it's not on anymore. It's still on.
I said that?
You did. Yeah. You need to re-listen to that.
Oh.
At some point during you you questioned whether Jeopardy was still airing. And
I was a
indeed it
different man back then. Huh?
You've grown up so much since then.
Yeah.
So we're here. We're doing College Jeopardy, folks. And as Roberto told you earlier, feel free to play along with us. Now, in the interest of not getting sued by Merv Griffin Enterprises, we spell this Jeopardy with a G and an I on the end.
Different.
It's basically like a middle-class white family naming their child.
It's very different.
Jeopardy with a G and an I on the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what it's the normal Jeopardy rules here. Okay, we've got four different categories, each with 4 questions ranging from 100 to 400 points each. And let's hear that magical sound to run down the categories. And we are looking at Freshman 15.
Ooh.
These are the foods that may contribute to college students' weight gain. Campus comedies. Stupid movies about stupid college kids and the stupid schools they attend. Hot college girls is our third category. No further comment necessary. And our final category, we'll just call trail mix. It could be anything, a little potpourri for you, but they all have to deal with some area of college life. Okay, so we have our 3 contestants ready. Derek Lamont, Roberto the Great from Studio B, and yours truly, Kaz, competing against each other to see who will dominate College Jeopardy 2.0. For those who are fans of history, and why wouldn't you be, and last year's contest, finishing at the bottom of the Jeopardy board was Roberto.
About that.
With a minus 1,100. Terrible, very woeful.
That was awful. I think I went for it at the end. That's why.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Derek was minus 1,000 points, and I was in the black, the only player in the black with 700 points. So I am your reigning Jeopardy champion, College Jeopardy champion.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So here's how we'll do it, folks.
We'll dedicate this one to the Scafidi family.
That's right, to the Scafidis, the most famous game show family in the South Jersey listening area. So we had a random draw before the show, and Derek won that, and so he will go first, and he'll get to choose from one of the categories on the board here. We'll keep track of the score throughout, let you folks know how we're doing. So Derek Lamont, take it away. It is your board, sir.
Let's go, why not? Freshman 15 for 100.
Okay, that's one of my categories. Beautiful. Starting at that. Freshman 15 for $100, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Any crafty freshman will have no problem whipping up this cheesy dinner in the microwave after a long day of classes.
What is mac and cheese?
Correct.
Yes.
Beautiful, Derek.
Yes,
Way to come out of the box hot.
And now I neglected to remind him of this, but because he is such a good game show contestant, he knew that the proper answer to any one of these questions, or I guess it's the opposite, is to begin it with what is or who is.
Yes.
It should always be in the form of a question.
Beautiful, Derek. Beautiful. Way to start out hot.
Well done. Okay, and now so Derek is on the board with 100. We move to Roberto.
Okay, so I am going to, and of course we can't pick our own categories, so people at home don't think we're cheating here at all like that. So we all had different category assignments. I'm going to go campus comedies for 100, Alex.
For $100. This raunchy flick follows Breckin Meyer's journey from the fictional University of Ithaca to Austin, Texas, in order to stop his girlfriend from seeing an explicit videotape.
Oh, I just watched this freaking thing the other day on a bus for the first time.
On a bus.
I did. I was on an over-the-road bus, and they put it on. That's the only reason I watched the movie.
Derek and I saw this together in Dallas,
Did
Texas,
you really?
I believe.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High? What is Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
Derek, would you like to steal this 100 points?
I believe it is Road Trip.
I'm sorry you did not answer in question form.
What is Road Trip?
Oh,
that's a
no,
bitch.
Derek, that's wrong.
So-
It's got to be in question form, bro.
Derek drops back down to 0, and
Oh,
Rob
my
is at
God.
minus 100. That's a shame, Derek. That's too bad.
Wow.
Oh,
You were close,
I
bro.
Slipped. Amy's smart. Love you, girl. Get it.
Okay, my turn. I'm going to take. Let me get I'll do Hot College Girls 100.
Oh, all right. Hot College Girls for 100. Now,
I know you worked hard on these, Derek. I see you
Yes.
scrawling them on the paper about a half hour ago.
Well,
Okay.
he was putting the pizza order in.
Yeah, right.
Just as a clarification, this is a summary of the campuses this is based off of a poll, campuses storing the hottest girls in college. Okay. For 100, you said, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This state stores oranges and also hurricanes.
What is Florida?
That is correct.
Oh.
All right.
Wow,
All
okay.
right. We're on the
I'm
board.
I'm not sure what you asked me, but okay.
Yes.
Again,
Which narrows it down to
complexity.
no states, but yes, that's correct.
That's a
the
toughie.
complexity of this
Yeah.
column will be daunting for our Exit 58 podcast listeners. I can already tell.
Gee.
Derek, I'll take. Is it my turn? Okay. I'm going to go. Or is it Derek's turn?
Oh, no, that's
You
right.
went first.
Yeah. So just to recap, our score after one round is Derek even,
Yes.
Roberto minus 100, Kaz plus 100.
Yes.
Derek.
I would like campus comedies for 200.
He wants campus comedies. Oh, here you go. For 200 points. Grand Lakes University is the fictitious setting for this dopey comedy about an uneducated rags-to-riches millionaire who enrolls at his son's college to earn some respect.
Ooh.
5 seconds.
Dad enrolls in. I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right, so that's
I'd like to
minus 200.
steal, Alex.
Yes, Mr. Roberto.
So, what is back to school?
Yes, you're correct.
Beautiful.
Boy, for the guy who's not into movies, you're like, you're on top
know.
of it.
Yeah, I got one right.
We have low standards here at the podcast.
Oh, good. Yeah, okay, good. That's excellent. That's why I fit in so well. All right, so I'm going to get out of this damn category. I'm going to go trail mix for 100, please.
The quirk of the trail mix category is you get to choose a trail mix question from Derek Lamont or yours truly.
Well, since I know Derek is going to be easy, I'm going to take Derek's question.
Oh man. Okay. This delicacy is popular among college students. The topping is popular on.
Is this a real question?
This is not a
This is a real question. What are you talking about?
You should lose points for this because
What?
this is not. You're not even asking. Your first question was
Okay,
oranges
let me-
and
I'm
hurricanes.
I'm sorry.
Meanwhile,
Let-
the category is hot college girls. And he says oranges and a hurricane.
Well, I guess her name is Irma, so...
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing here? All right, this is good, but like the topping
I'm
is like,
sorry.
the F is going on over here. This is as bad as Bill Belichick last night.
This is awful.
This topping used on toast is also the same topping that is used on a lot of Mexican food.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Again, let me rephrase.
Can you?
This topping on toast
Okay, topping
is
on toast.
popular also
Popular also
on Mexican foods.
on Mexican food.
5 seconds.
Oh, I'm going to go with what is hummus?
That is incorrect.
Oh.
I'm not touching that because I don't even understand what you're saying.
What is avocado?
Who puts avocado on toast?
Avocado toast.
Who eats
Popular
that?
among college
avocado.
students.
What?
Yes.
What college kid eats that?
According to collegeexpress.com,
Oh, get
among the most
Yeah,
popular
bunch of
trends.
Take the internet away from him.
Microaggressed safe space dwellers.
Yeah. All right. So, Kat, save the show, please.
Holy smokes. I
What
don't
do
know
you
if-
mean,
I don't
what do
know
you
if
mean,
I can
holy
after
smoke?
that. That was terrible.
Hey, everybody, it's Derek from the Exit 58 podcast. As you can tell, College Jeopardy is not going well for yours truly. Head over to SoundCloud.com to check out the dramatic conclusion of College Jeopardy. At least, in my mind, I remembered it as being dramatic.
Anyway, SoundCloud.com. Check out the Exit 50A podcast.
You are listening to the Exit 50A podcast, or 51 podcast at this point, right? Because it took us a while to get through that we passed the exit. Exit 50A podcast here. And I think this is a part of the show where we kind of advertise where they can hear us or where they might not want to hear us. We had to avoid us. If you don't want to check us out, don't look on Twitter, don't look on Instagram, don't look on Facebook, because we're on all of those social media. We're also now on YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn. Am I miss Stitcher? Am I missing anything, Derek?
Yes, you're missing iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio. I forgot that. iHeartRadio.
My favorite.
Yes.
So we're out there on the social media. So as Derek always encourages you, give us a like, give us some comments, some feedback. Well, this is probably the bad week to solicit feedback, but
How about constructive criticism?
Yeah, we'll come back stronger in episode 29 when we're broadcasting from Kaz's colonoscopy.
It's all about cutting and strutting. You just got to make a few snips, and this will be A-okay.
The only thing that can save this show is a scope going into my colon in 2 weeks.
Thank goodness. And thank goodness that's going to happen.
When they're scraping all sorts of polyps and
my
other
God.
miscellaneous waste out of my colon.
Oh, come on.
That will save the show next week.
That's what?
Yeah. Yep. And you can follow, and don't forget, you can follow that. We're going to post Kaz's colonoscopy pictures.
We're going to post my results. We'll post
on
some
Instagram.
pictures. And imagine if they find like a cancerous polyp or something. Our things will go, our ratings will go through the roof.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
That's a big get right there.
Yeah, that is a big gap.
Big get?
What do you mean? That's good. You know how many Instagrams we'll get based on that?
Over cancer? Excuse me?
That's good. We
No,
like that.
it's not. What do
Oh.
you mean that's good?
No. Well, it's what's good. Listen, it's what's good for the show, right?
Oh, come on.
See, Jones, I am all in on the show. Okay.
I just drank wine
That was. What
to
does that have to do with anything?
for the show. I just drank wine for the show.
Does that? You must have been drinking wine at the beginning of the week when we talked about doing college Jeopardy.
Hey, look, I told you, I apologize. I did not have a good week. It was a rough week. It was the first week of school. There's a lot of stuff going on. I just didn't do it.
Rob, do we accept that though? I mean, that's
I apologize.
Well, considering he does the production for the show, I think we have to. But look, hey, check us out. Kaz's colonoscopy. Derek will rebound by then, we hope.
Yes.
hope so.
I'll be back.
I hope so too, because otherwise it's going to be a solo show here. Damn. Kaz, if you bite it, and I got nothing going on here, bro.
Well, the ghost of Michael Jackson will always be with you.
He will always be with us. And maybe in your colon.
Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out. We got the seance coming up in a couple weeks. So we got a lot better content than what you heard today. Stick with us. It is the Exit 58 podcast for Kaz.
Bye.
Derek.
Have a good one, everybody.
I'm Rob. Later days, everybody. It's the Exit 58 podcast.
I drive a million